Hi everyone. Oh, excuse me a second. Hello? Yeah. David, you okay? Yeah, yeah, it's happened again. Boohoo's released the results and the stocks crashed. Yeah, yeah, I'll do a video. Good idea. I'll give you a buzz when it's done. So Boohoo has released new results and comments on full guidance. I'm a stockholder. I don't know, a lot of you that watch have an interest or do hold a position in Boohoo, so I thought let's make a video. So let's have a look at what's going on. Just before we get into the video, if you've got some Boohoo woes, I don't generally recommend alcohol as a solution, but if you're that way inclined, I do recommend Tribute Ale. It's fantastic from the southwest of England. And if you stay tuned until the later part of the video, I'll show you my position in Boohoo, my cost average and performance. So my portfolio, here's your opportunity. So with that said, let's have a look at those announcements from Boohoo. Okay, have a look at this, guys. So the top line here is revenue. We're going to the end of May with this reporting and the trading statements for a 3-month period, but the group total revenue is down. See that percentage there. That's disappointing. Now I can see why they've changed to financial year 20, because they're saying that pre-pandemic, effectively, we're much bigger than we used to be pre-pandemic. So their argument is likely to be the pandemic has brought forward a lot of the revenue growth, and therefore there might be a little bit of a drop off because that distribution's been distorted a bit. I think I buy that, but yeah, there is obviously some risk there. Now the view revenue by region, see that the biggest increase here is in the rest of the world, which unfortunately is by far and away the smallest revenue area. UK, you can see there, that's pretty flat, but pretty bad performance there in the US. Yes, the the medium term trend is dramatic increases in all of those areas. But yeah, the 3 months to 31st of May, there's definitely a worrying change there. Their commentary around this is actually UK sales, which is the vast majority of 50% of their revenue. That's did improve month on month going into May. So they're saying the decrease is now, at least for May, is stopped, and that's back to an increase. The international scene, they're having issues with delivery times. That's not unique to them. I think that's actually international, logistics, delays, and probably costs as well. But there's nothing here for me to get really excited about to say, yeah, they're out of the woods. I think with the larger macro situation of inflation, interest rates rising, potential recession, it's probably going to be a tricky time, certainly for the next 6 to 12 months for them. So they've not said much on financial highlights, but they've got much bigger commentary on progress against strategic priorities, which probably tells you what you need to know here. But sourcing and freight, absolutely, freight costs and lead times, totally expected. Good job there controlling inventory, because we've seen from ASOS and some of their competitors that returns do have a big issue. So they're looking at their increased supply chain flexibility, so that's good. Cost management is really great to see that they're managing costs tightly due to the inflationary backdrop. There's potential risk to the business there. And very management speak here, unlocking strategic enablers. So they've got the automation projects in Sheffield. So that's a shout out to David, one of my viewers from Sheffield. Please know that's going on there for you. We've got this new distribution centre in Pennsylvania in the US. So overall, they've got improvements being made to improve the conditions for success of the business, so it gives them a chance to be more successful in the future. Yeah, they've also got another wholesale partnership, so maybe that's going to be an area of additional growth for them. So I think that's clever. If they're looking at other ways they can gain revenue, good bit of work by management. Right, looking forwards, this is most important. So the financial year ends 28th of Feb 2023, so we're only really a quarter into the financial year. Now they're saying revenue growth low single digits, so what's that, 4%? Pretty poor compared to what it has been doing, but equally not surprising given the macro backdrop. EBITDA 4 to 7%, in line with prior guidance. That's the main thing. So if they're keeping that same profit level, I say profit level, EBITDA is not strictly profit, but the same EBITDA level in line with the guidance, then I think that's a good thing. And that's it, really. There's not really much else in this statement. There's some tables at the bottom, just a bit of an appendix, but the trading update is, I think, basically saying nothing surprising. I know some of their competitors have had to lower guidance, but if Boohoo's reiterating guidance, I'm hoping that means the management has lowballed it and got the bad news out early, which I think is a good thing. You can see when these results came out on the price action, they're at 65p, absolutely crashed down to 53. But on the Friday of the week, it's gone up 13% back to 65p. So it's pretty much where it was for the trading update released. So that's the, at least short term, the market view doesn't seem to have changed perhaps on the company. And my view is, noting this isn't investment or financial recommendation advice, I don't think there's a strong argument to go and buy Boohoo at the moment if you don't own it. There may be an argument to average in if you're a holder and it's not too big a position in your portfolio. But even then, I probably wouldn't, given the current macro situation. I think inflation is going to get worse. There's a chance for a recession, certainly, make things worse. There could even be more downside here. I wouldn't be totally surprised to see this as sort of 40p at some point. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it got down to that level. Medium term to longer term, I think if your average is below £1 a share, I can't see that in the long term you'll lose money. Probably there's a chance of getting back to £2. That might take sort of 4 years perhaps as things recover. Let's see what happens. That's just what I think. I'd love to know what you think. Please do shout out in the comments below if you're a shareholder or you're thinking of buying or even thinking of selling. I'd really be interested to hear on your opinion as to your thoughts on the company, because I think the more information we can share together, better of knowledge pool we can build here. And if you do like to discuss this stock, Boohoo, or any other companies, feel free to check out the Patreon link in the description below, and you can then get access to the Discord server, and we can have a chat about any of these things to share information and knowledge. I look forward to welcoming you if you choose to do so. So here's the bit I promised. Look at this. I've been absolutely hammered here. That's down over £2,500, by far and away my biggest sort of negative open position on a stock in terms of pounds. And yeah, even though my last buying point was £1.02, it's that first buying point when I didn't have at the time a sufficiently high upside and margin of safety. So it was a mistake, that very first buying point at £3.34 there. My cost average is 189. I think in time I'll be able to get that back. It probably will take several years in order to do that. I'm not going to average down further at the moment. The reason is I still think there's negative macro situation, and also it is a very large cost part of the portfolio. I don't want to go above 10% in any particular holding. That's why I'm not going to average down at the moment. Oh, by the way, if you do like this page, it's pretty cool, the share site. And you can get all your stocks in your portfolio. Sometimes you can get, depending on your broker, it automated to link all your trades in. Gives you analysed return. You can see the cost averages there, classifications, trades, gives you all the news as well, so you can see what's going on. So I strongly recommend it. If you want a discount, I think it's a 10% discount. There's a link in the description. I know several of you have used that and I really appreciate it. And if just for a bit of fun at the end, Simply Wall Street is saying Boohoo's fair value is 26p. So yeah, maybe there is downside. That's one view. But so I guess to close off, the thread of the video is I'm going to carry on holding. I'm not going to add or remove from the position. Trading update I think was okay. There's nothing surprising there. Nothing further in terms of terrible news, but nothing there in terms of good news. But you know, if you really want to get over the shock, if you're a Boohoo shareholder, do click on screen now, because there's a shed load of UK dividend stocks that have good yields and decent prices that are, in my opinion, unlikely to fail. So if you really want to make a bit of a difference to your portfolio with some safer holdings, click on screen now to check out those UK dividend stocks.